Good afternoon. Bob was born on the 12th of December 1952 to a French mother and English father. This granted Bob dual nationality, which showed through in much of his life and interests. This included his remarkable ability to speak and understand languages, at least English, French, German, Spanish, Russian, and latterly Estonian, although he could recognise and identify very many more. He spent much of his early life on the family farm in France along with his cousins. During this period, Bob used to go fishing with his grandfather in the local river, and they would take their catch home and cook for the family. Unfortunately, even in rural France, this idyllic lifestyle was not set to last. The farm wasn't a viable business and was eventually sold, the family scattered, and the farmhouse is now a hotel. Bob's father originally worked as a primary school teacher, but he studied hard at college in the evenings, allowing him to move in from teaching into accountancy and subsequently into management consultancy. His father's achievements are something that Bob was very proud of, and this ethos of hard work shows through in so many of Bob's own activities. His father's latter jobs required frequent travel, and this meant Bob became a widely troubled young man. His mother also worked hard to gain additional qualifications after Bob had grown up, including A-levels, a BA and an MA. Bob attended a number of different schools across the south of England, including Dulwich College for sixth form. He was, of course, very academically successful, and upon leaving school, he gained entries into St John's College at Cambridge to read mathematics. After his first year, he decided engineering was more of his thing, and he completed his degree, gaining a BA in electrical sciences in 1976. After completing his degree, he went to work for a division of Lucas Aerospace for 6 months before returning to Cambridge to study for a PhD. Over the course of the next 4 years, he wrote the major part of his dissertation, but in 1981 he left Cambridge to start work at BT. Then, like many others, he unfortunately never found the time to complete that dissertation. On joining BT, Bob worked on the development of submarine optical cables. In this area, he received an international award for an outstanding paper on communications. During his early months at BT, he was lodging with John and Anne-Marie Renault in Ipswich. Anne-Marie recalls that Bob generally pretty much kept himself to himself, sitting up all night on the radio and then rolling into work with no sleep. In those days, John only had one house rule: he didn't allow food upstairs. Occasionally, they would catch sight of Bob sneaking upstairs with his favourite marmalade sandwiches, which he seemed to live on. He'd get halfway up the stairs, realise he'd been spotted, and then creep back down and ease in the lounge. Bob subsequently moved on at BT to work on ISDN, dial-up modems, internet applications, speech coding, and latterly speech recognition. He was always working near the leading edge of technology, but in areas where he could turn research into early technology developments. In particular, he worked with students and new entrants to the company. Ivan Boyd recalls that Bob was able to find good students when no one else could and motivate them to work like Trojans. The students were invariably bright, but they needed Bob's expert direction to make the impossible possible. As one example, BT's first internet application was an education service called Campus World. Without Bob, it would never have been delivered. He had an army of students who set up elaborate routers and servers in Bob's front room, and they worked all hours developing software and solving problems. Bob delivered on time, with no budget and no people. Many have spoken how much they learned from him, both in terms of detailed technical knowledge, creative ways of doing things, and that it's easier to seek forgiveness than permission. In 2000, at the age of 47, Bob took the difficult decision to leave BT. Like many others, he was nervous about how life would play out, but there was little to worry about. He established a small consultancy business and undertook a range of projects with clients in the UK and the US. As Bob's parents' health declined, they came and lived with him in Martlesham, where he looked after them both for many years until their health finally failed. He was absolutely dedicated to their care, putting his own needs and wishes firmly to one side, and this demonstrated a side of Bob which was unexpected to many. It was also fantastic to see Bob finally meet someone he could settle down with. In spite of the distance between Ipswich and Tallinn, Bob and Myra married in 2009. Bob's commitment to looking after his parents and his health severely constrained his ability to spend as much time with Myra as he would like, and it's sad to reflect that on the day of his death he was only 6 days away from returning to Estonia for the first time in ages. He really enjoyed that time he spent there with his family. And finally, it was on a business trip years ago to the US that Bob discovered he suffered from type 1 diabetes. This disease, combined with the after effects of a brain hemorrhage around 2006, dominated his health for the rest of his life. However, he never let this hold him back. Typical of this was once when, without any warning signs, he had a hypo, causing him to become unconscious while on a flight back from Tallinn. The aircraft was over Sweden at the time, so it landed at the nearest airport, sent Bob to a local hospital, and then carried on his way without him. A couple of days later, Bob was on his way back to the UK. He didn't let the experience stop him flying and travelling, or in any way slowing down. But Bob's real passion in life was amateur radio, and I'll hand over to Graham.